What's up, everybody? Courtney with Ray of Hope. This is a video I really don't like to have to make, to be honest with you. I would love to say that our law enforcement in this town is doing their job, but they're not. And Cleveland County is failing people. They're failing people that have been victimized. They are allowing the defense attorneys to talk to victims. And I'm just honestly over it. Let me give you a backstory. My neighbor that lives to the right of me came after my child with a knife. And he also threatened me on July 3rd. So we have went to court since August to try to get this man held accountable. I was served papers for the month of August for the court date. When we went to court in August, they changed the court date till September. And I was never served or gave a subpoena for that court date, and I was never gave a subpoena for any other court date either. Cleveland County Sheriff's Department did not serve me. Well, I went based on what the DA told me. Well, this is the second month in a row that I have went to court, and it's the wrong court date. And they do not allow phones inside the courthouse. This is one of the reasons they do not allow phones inside the courthouse, because of these grave clerical errors like this. And they'll sit there and swear that, no, they did not tell you that court date, that they told you another court date. How many people is this affecting because Cleveland County makes clerical errors and holds nobody responsible, then gets mad at the citizen that raises the concern? And when I asked the Cleveland County Clerk's office who was the officer that subpoenaed me, they said I wasn't privy to that information. Then I asked what her name was, and she said that it was confidential. Well, contrary to proper belief, ma'am, you hold a public office. And I have the right as a citizen to know who is working for my county. So there's a blonde-haired lady in the clerk of court's office that claims her name is confidential, and that she couldn't tell me who supposedly subpoenaed me, and the officer that was supposed to have subpoenaed me on the 11th of this month for the court date that I have. Now, mind you, I advocate for people for change. I advocate for what's right is right, for what's wrong is wrong. Okay? This is wrong on every spectrum of it. This is wrong. This is, for one, a crime against a child when the perpetrator lives within 1,000 feet of me. Okay? 2, this man and this woman, the law has been to their house over 200 times in 2 years. The law was just here last weekend because she had to have him committed because he was doing harm to himself and her. But yet, this DA says that none of this information is privy to my case. How is it not privy to my case to explain that this man is very violent, that he is very unstable, that he has had his own children pulled from him, and I can't work. I can't go to get a job because I'm afraid to leave my daughter at home. Because this also happened while I was at work, and I had just pulled in the driveway when this incident occurred on the July the 3rd. So, and Cleveland County seems to not care that this is a crime against a child at all. The DA actually allowed his defense attorney, the first time we went to court, allowed the defense attorney to pull me in to counsel and ask me, would I do mediation? I said, why am I even speaking to you, sir? I said, you don't work for me, you work for him. So this is how bad Cleveland County is twisted. They expect the victims to talk to the defense attorney. Then they expect you not to get mad when you're lied to about court dates. Like last month, the DA swore to me it was on the 30th. No, went there on the 30th, it was the 31st. And, they don't allow you to take your cell phones in there no more. They don't allow you to take anything that can verify that you were in court. Okay? And this is one of the reasons. Because, contrary to popular belief, they're humans too, and they make a lot of mistakes. And when they make mistakes, it takes people's freedoms away. Okay? And I am not a person that loves going and taking somebody to court. But when the law's been to somebody's house over 200 times and has this many issues, and the DA doesn't care, and the people in office, like the clerk of court's office, they swore up and down I was served on the 11th. I'm like, who served me? What was the officer? I'm not privy to. Why am I not privy to that information? Please explain to me why. Like, it makes no sense. So I called the governor of North Carolina, left him a voicemail, and I'm also filing a complaint with the state. Because at the end of the day, they have allowed this man, because he has a paid-for attorney, they have allowed him 4 continuances. 4. And in the state of North Carolina, you're only supposed to have 3. The last time we went to court on October 31st, his attorney claimed that he had a death in the family and had to fly out at 1 o'clock to go to Texas. And I said, the only way that we're going to get another continuance is if we take it in front of the judge. And when this happened, the judge, the attorney, and the DA were all laughing. We're all laughing. Let that sink in a minute. They were all laughing. Are you sure you're going to be here? Well, you can't miss it. And the judge was joking around with his defense attorney. Like, this is a joking matter that this man came after my 14-year-old with a knife and communicated threats. It's a joke. And this has been allowed to happen, but yet people in this town have went to prison for less. People in this town have been violated on their probation for less when they don't have paid for attorneys. And I'm going to shed light to this. This is wrong. And it should not be allowed to happen. Point blank in a discussion. I'm the victim in this case. And even when I went to the DA's office, they got mad at the fact that I was in there raising concern and asking for a new district attorney to take my case. They told me I wasn't allowed to do that either. Well, what rights do I have in the state of North Carolina? Cleveland County needs to get their act together. Very much so, across the board. Because people's monies are being wasted. Taxpayer money is being wasted. And at the end of the day, I'm over the nonsense. I'm over it. You don't have to live here. I do. It takes the law 20 minutes to get out here. 20 minutes. You want to know why it takes them 20 minutes to get out here? Well, I live in the middle of the country. Okay? I'm about to flip my camera if I can figure out how to flip it. Okay? Let me see. See if I can flip this camera. I don't know if I can flip it. If I can't, I'm going to step out in the road. Okay, you see that direction? That's Cleveland County. Okay? That's Cleveland County side. You see that direction? Within less of a quarter of a mile, that's Lincoln County. Okay? So they don't come out here. They don't travel this road. And it takes them about 20 minutes in order to even get out here. When the law is called. So everything simmers down before they can ever get out here. And so they can never catch him in the act. They can never catch him beating his wife. Even though I have recorded him beating his wife. They won't take it. The DA says it has no bearing on my case, even though it's a crime against the female. Like, it shows his character. And what bothers me the most is that when somebody is sentenced in a court of law, they're sentenced based on their past behavior. Well, why? I can't even show you his current behavior, and you won't even allow me to subpoena an officer that's been to this man's house over 200 times and attests to his behavior. Like, to me, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. So I'm making this video today because I'm over it. And I hope it goes viral. And I hope something gets done. And I hope our congressman sees this. And I hope he gets his hind end in Cleveland County and does something. Because, yes, I do agree with no cell phones. But I don't agree with not being able to document as a civilian. I disagree with that. Because clerical errors are made. They're made every day in that office. And they affect lives. And they do not care. They don't care at all. When you question them, they tell you to leave or you're going to be arrested. Well, how can you hold me accountable if I can't hold you accountable? Please explain that to me. She's like, well, you're irate. Yes, I'm irate. I'm mad. This is the second time this DA has told me the wrong court date. But yet he swears up and down that he told me the right court date. Of course. Of course he would. Because since the very first court date, he's allowed the man that assaulted my daughter, attorney, to talk to me. He didn't talk to me. He didn't call me before. He didn't do none of that. All he read, because the only thing we could get him with was communicating threats. That was it. Because the officer didn't see him with the knife. And then, not to mind you, it's the same person that lied to my landlord and claimed that I got arrested on said date. And they wouldn't even revoke his bond because he went and lied. So, when I tell you there's a lot more to this case than what it is, like, I'm just over it. I'm a pissed off citizen of Cleveland County. We have a shitty-ass school board, and we have a shitty-ass fucking courthouse. Why build them a new one if they can't even take care of the current one? Why build them a new one with my tax dollars if they can't even answer to the citizens they're sworn to serve? It's not a one-sided street. They have to be... Why can't we hold them accountable? Please explain why I can't hold them accountable. Makes no sense to me, guys. You really, really, really need to get to know who is inside your courthouse and get to know who your DAs are. This is crazy, guys. Make this go viral. Make this go viral. We need to start standing up for our rights in this country. And it daggum sure ain't being done by the people that are sworn to serve us. Hope you all have a good day. And I hope, remember always that you matter and that your recovery matters. And stand up for what's right. Even when it feels so hard. Because that's what I'm doing now. I've had so many people tell me, Courtney, why don't you just let it be? Why would I let it be? Because if I let this be, and something turns around and happens, they're going to throw it in my face that I dropped the charges. So that's why I'm trying to follow suit. And hold everybody accountable. But anywho, pray for me. I'll pray for you. I hope y'all have an amazing Thanksgiving. And remember your value. Remember your worth, guys. There's nothing in this world worth using for and to be able to take your life. You are worth living, and the world's a better place with you in it. Don't ever forget that. Peace out, guys. Love you.